Yo, 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 yo. Welcome everybody to another edition of the On The Go podcast. I'm one half of your host, James Jackson, and that other guy next to me, that guy that's usually controls everything. He's right there. I promise he is. Jacob the Tone. Jacob, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm the other half of the podcast.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The better half, anyway.
The better half.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, so, okay. All right, then. Well, I guess you're not the better half, then. All right.
But no, I'm doing good, man. How are you? How was your weekend?
It was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was okay. Watch some football. You know, just I'm the type of person, I like to sit in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a homebody person.
Right.
I really don't like to go out that much.
Yeah.
Unless somebody asks me.
Right.
And in that case, I go out.
Yeah.
So, you know, right now, I just been just mentally just at home. Just trying to just work out certain stuff that's in my life right now.
I gotcha.
So,
Sometimes it's not so bad. Lately, I find peace in just like sitting in silence.
True.
And I think some of it is just because I deal with like a lot of audio and I'm always I always have to listen to the stuff. I have to actively listen
That makes
at
sense.
my job, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm listening to like 2 or 3 audio sources. Sometimes I've got something playing out of here while listening to the main feed, and then there's somebody in the studio talking to me at the same time while I have to push a button.
Yeah.
Very distracting and like just a lot of active listening. So lately, and I say lately, but like the past year,
Yeah.
I find myself just like enjoying sitting in silence for a little bit.
I totally understand. Yeah, that's the best thing to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's refreshing. I don't want to say I'm meditating,
Yeah.
but
You
it
kind of are.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you almost
I'm
are.
not actively meditating.
You're just not sitting in Indian style and
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't have the incense burning.
Yeah, you don't have the incense burning. So now, you know what I like to do sometimes? Like, everyone knows that also on my Instagram page, I like listening to music.
Yeah.
Like, music is a very big part of my life.
Yeah.
So I love listening to music and just vibing out to that. I can listen to music and not watch TV all day.
Right.
You know, I'm used to doing it before, you know, long time ago when, you know, I lived in an apartment and had no electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in the day we had CD players. Electricity went out. So I bought some batteries. And I bought I don't think they still have them, like 20-pack batteries.
I think
those?
they do.
Okay, they still got them. Okay. You know what? I don't even know. Do people still even use batteries? Probably not.
Barely.
Yeah. So I bought a 20-pack of batteries. I was back in when I had a whole bunch of CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in a CD player and just run that CD player into the ground. Didn't need any TV. And I went without electricity for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of issues on the reason why I went with that. That's a story for another day. But I think that kind of coincides with why I don't really need that type of stuff. I don't need TV. I really don't need my cell phone as much either.
Right.
But I kind of stop and think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about you.
Sometimes I can go without looking at my phone.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I gotta update.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You know, it's understandable.
Yeah.
You know, with the job that you have, you kind of have to.
Right.
But when you can, it's always good to just kind of.
It is. It does feel good to like, I haven't looked at my phone in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Just
nice.
At least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do that?
I can do that.
Okay, cool.
I can definitely.
I think I have. I think I can and have.
Love is an ocean that teach me how to swim. You pull me close and then I dive right in. All this emotion to feel like this. So don't leave me shipwrecked or drowning in.
I think we all know about the submersible deal. You know, rich guys going to submarine.
Just the most poorly planned.
Most poorly planned mission
Trip
ever
Yeah.
to see the Titanic.
Yeah.
And I don't know who would want to see the Titanic. This thing, the
know.
damn thing is already rushing up and going to hell already.
It's really, there's a lot of people that are just like fascinated by it.
I am too, but
Right.
I'm not fascinated enough to go down there.
Right.
You know, that's the thing about it.
It's just weird. It's like the amount of people who are just like, I gotta go see it.
Yeah.
I gotta go see
And the amount of people that want to put money into it.
Yeah. That's a grave site.
Yeah, that's a whole complete gravesite.
Yeah.
So it's really a gravesite now. So it's horrible what happened.
Right.
All these rich guys that got on the submarine, they had this grand plan of seeing the Titanic, and they want to reach these depths, which no one has ever reached those depths.
Mm-hmm.
And they went down there, and the damn thing crushed like a soda can.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of those situations where I hated to see that happen. And I saw all the memes and jokes, and I hated that happened. I can't say that I felt too sorry for them because they were very arrogant about the whole situation.
Yeah.
And the only person I felt sorry for was a young man. There was a young man that was like 19 years old, and he got bothered into it. It was really horrible addition that happened. It happened all this summer, right? Was it like July?
Yeah, it was during the summer, maybe in like June.
Yeah, June.
June, July, maybe even May.
It was the biggest topic.
Or no, was it? Hang on, I'm gonna look it up because
Yeah,
it might have been before the wedding.
It might have. No. It was after the wedding for
Is
sure.
it?
Yeah, it was after the wedding. Because we definitely would have been talking about it.
That's true.
I can guarantee you that.
June 18th,
June 18th.
2023. Yep.
Okay, cool. So the only reason why I'm bringing this up because they found, the remaining bodies or just body parts
Yeah.
of the submersible.
I'm surprised they did.
I'm surprised they did too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to know what it looks like. I don't know about you.
No.
So what I have, the bigger question I want to ask, because it kind of coincides with this. Do you ever have a fascination with seeing mutilated body parts in situations like this?
No.
I haven't either.
No.
My sister does.
Oh yeah.
She used to.
Was-
I think she used to.
Was she one of the people who would watch the gore videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she worked at her old job
Mm-hmm.
and she would like be behind the desk and have nothing to do. She would look up like mutilated like body parts
Just
of
out of
people dying.
curiosity.
Just out of curiosity. I was like, what the hell? Why? What's the fascination? What's the fascination of seeing like people getting assassinated or the bullet head wound? Just
Yeah.
I've never been fascinated with that.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I know in high school people would like look it up. Like there used to be whole gore videos. I don't know if it was like, I think it just used to be on YouTube back in the day. I don't even think it was like on like the dark web or anything.
And that was before YouTube had all the guidelines and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that was YouTube was a lawless place.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it was that lawless, but
It was it was pretty lawless. No, it was pretty lawless. Yeah, it was kind of like Twitter.
ah,
Yeah,
interesting.
I remember those days.
Well, it doesn't need to be like that, but it could be a little less lawful.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, that's a segue. But yeah, I mean, I know people who would used to look that stuff up, but no, I'm not. I was never really truly interested in it, which is funny that you bring that up because that actually brings me. It doesn't bring me now, but like I have a story later on that kind of has something to do with what you were just saying about like your sister looking up stuff like that and just people in general. But that's a little bit later in the podcast. That's a tease.
well, look, I just wanted to just say, hey, I feel sorry for these people. I because we never gave our opinion about this whole situation.
No,
I feel sorry for those people.
tragic.
As as funny as the jokes were, and as arrogant as those people were, no one deserves to die.
Not like that.
Not like that.
No.
Especially the young kid, because the kid never had a shot. He never even
No.
wanted to go.
No, he didn't want to go at all. That was sad. That whole man. You're bringing flashbacks about that story, man.
Exactly, but it sucks. The only thing it was kind of because you had like scientists and stuff show you how like how the submersible crushed, which I already knew anyway how it crushed.
Yeah.
And they were like, see, if you put the can down, I was like, God, man,
We're just going through this, yeah.
Everyone's just making jokes and like the families are grieving. I was like, come on, man, it's like have a heart.
Yeah, that was some times.
And it's kind of easy. It's kind of hard for me to say this right now when I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next topic, please. R.I.P. to those people.
Bit of local news.
All right, yeah. What you got?
We're in Houston. Anybody from Houston, in Houston, around Houston, just, yeah, within 2 hours of Houston, I would say, would probably know the name Mattress Mac. Recently, the Astros, they're in the playoffs. They had their first game, and Mattress Mac was going to go out there and throw the first pitch. And he's done it before. He's a big Astros fan. Astros, you know the commercial or commercials.
Can he even throw a pitch?
I mean, probably not. He's like 80.
This is going to go right into the dirt. It's going to go right into the dirt.
But anyway, so he's going to go throw this pitch, and he's on the way there. And Mattress Firm, which is a national mattress company that everyone kind of thinks is a money laundering front because you never see anybody at Mattress Firm.
I haven't.
That's a whole different conspiracy.
Yeah, I haven't.
but that actually is. Like, I've seen a lot of people be like, who goes to Mattress Firm?
Yeah.
And just on the internet, not even just Houston locally, but like, that's the thing. Anyway, so he's on the way. Mattress Firm calls MLB, who calls Minute Maid, or like, I guess the Astros manager, the Minute Maid manager, whatever. And Mattress Firm was like, we don't want him to throw the first pitch because we are a huge sponsor of MLB. and therefore he's our competitor. We don't want him to throw the first pitch.
Which makes sense.
Yes and no. It's kind of petty.
I mean, that's kind of how sponsorships go.
That is true.
Like, you can't, it's like working at a place that has Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's a Pepsi product
Yeah.
that has this place exclusively.
Yeah.
And then you bring in Coca-Cola.
Right.
So you can't do that.
I see your point.
Yeah.
I get it. But this, obviously, there's a big uproar about it now because, like, a bunch of Houstonians love Mattress Mac. Some of us think he's just an old man.
Are indifferent. We're
Yeah.
very indifferent.
We're indifferent. This episode is going to go viral. We're going to get
Very
we're gonna get
hey,
plugged through
that's
this.
good. Let's
This
get
is
it.
what's going to cause us to
Oh,
explode.
man, let's get it. Let's get it. I've been waiting to explode on Mattress Mac for a long time.
Oh, man. Anyway,
Pause. Ugh. But yeah.
there's a big controversy about it. They've already turned around and did like a ad against Mattress Firm for Gallery Furniture, and it starts out like, "Oh hey, we're gonna go to the Astros game. I heard Max throwing the first pitch," and they're like, "Oh wait, Mattress Firm said he can't. How rude of Mattress Firm. Let's go to Gallery Furniture and buy a mattress. Free, money back."
Oh, he always does that though.
Yeah.
That's his little scam. That's what he does.
That's a scam.
Yeah, that's a little scam. The little free beds and free couches. That's how he gets you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he gets you.
It works.
Oh,
It works though. It does
oh
work.
no, it doesn't, Jack. Nobody black is going to those places. Like, gallery furniture is so expensive,
Yeah.
so absurdly
I've never been
expensive.
there.
I've never have.
walked in there.
Like,
I know he's got like 3 stores, I think.
I'll tell you what. I've been there and I've seen the prices and I walked smooth out.
No,
I stayed for the hot dogs and walked
there's
out.
hot dogs.
Yeah, he has hot dogs and popcorn and all this stuff. Yeah,
Well, damn.
like I said, like a 3-ring circus over there. Yeah,
I didn't know.
hmm
That's funny.
yeah.
But yeah, so they're already like attacking Mattress Firm like with the reverse campaign, I guess, and
Whatever.
yeah, there's all that going on. On the flip side, I don't follow sports. You follow sports. I'm guessing the Astros are up against the Minnesota Twins,
Minnesota
for the
Twins,
playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this realtor from Minnesota called Chris Lindahl, in order to support the Twins for their first couple games in Houston, he bought 45 billboards antagonizing Mattress Mac.
I like
but in
it.
a fun way, not in a cruel way, not in a mean way.
They
to-
could.
To your dismay.
They
James.
could. No, that's still cool though that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, billboards cost a lot.
They do.
They do. And I think they were the digital ones.
Yeah.
So I imagine they have to cost more.
Oh well, without a doubt.
But some of the billboards were like, "Hey, Mattress Mac, you've never seen twins like this," and then love like Chris Lindahl, which is the guy's name. It's all in good fun, but I was like, man, Mattress Mac is just getting all kinds of crap this week.
I'm so tired of Mattress Mac. I'm just like, I just want this guy. You know what I don't like about him? And it's just like he still exists. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
Our national news.
Oh, what you got?
Is there's a media entrepreneur who's trying to connect young people disturbed by the impact of social media and on mental health with some older power players. And older power players and tech companies to kind of figure out how to combat, I guess, like mental illness from social media.
Who's this guy? What's his name?
Bradley Trusk?
Bradley Trusk. Can I trust it? So
Tusk.
Tusk.
Bradley
Okay.
Tusk.
Bradley
Yeah.
Tusk. Okay.
Yeah, it says the newly formed Sustainable Media Center is intent on stopping companies from using algorithms to push damaging information to vulnerable use, dark things like suicide methods, stuff like that. Venture capitalist and trustee Bradley Tusk has seen it personally. He believes his daughter's eating disorder was made worse by what she saw online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then, recently the U.S. Surgeon General called for immediate action to protect young people, noting that social media use is near universal, but its impact on mental health is not fully understood. I delivered that really weird, but
I understood what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
so it's really just like, how do we come up with ways for, I guess, kids to deal with mental health issues that they're getting from social media?
They tried to edit it.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to, guidelines, YouTube guidelines,
Yeah.
and different things like that of that nature. There's really no way. Honestly.
Well, recently they've proposed it a couple times, like putting age restrictions on
age
social
restrictions,
media.
yeah.
And
Which is good and not good. Sucks for us.
I agree.
Because it sucks for us.
Right. It kind of does. Well, I mean, we're not trying to talk to kids or anything.
No, well, hell no. Well, not, of course not.
I just
But,
want to put that out there.
Yeah,
That's not why it sucks.
but you know what I'm saying, though? Because
No.
it sucks for us to be putting out content.
Yeah, and then
only
a certain age group is going to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to form my opinion on it because, like, I think about this quite a bit because it gets brought up quite a bit. It's like they want to put age restrictions on it, and
on everything.
It occurred to me one day because at first I was like, oh, it's whatever, and then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, you know what? It kind of makes sense because social media is not the same social media as it was when we were younger and when social media first started coming up, right? Like,
Not even close. We had MySpace and that was it.
we had MySpace, we had maybe AOL Instant Messenger for some
AOL.
people,
Yep.
and then Facebook came along, and then even Facebook in its early days, it was just farmland.
Whole lot different now.
Farmland and pokes.
Yeah.
Like that's all it was. And like I kind of get it. And it brings me back to what you were saying about your sister when she would like look up the gore videos. People used to do that all the time.
All
when
the
we were
time.
young. But now, like, thanks to social media, you can pull it. I mean, you could pull it up easily there.
Yeah,
of course,
Google.
but like
Just
you
Google
can you can bring it up way easier. Or even with the algorithm, if you look up too much of one thing, they just keep pushing that stuff on you. So there's like, I guess, like suicide methods or like eating disorder methods and stuff being pushed on kids.
Which it is.
Yeah.
Now I have never ventured out in that type of world,
Me
so
neither.
I don't really know what's out there. I can only
Right.
speak for my niece. 'Cause
Right.
My niece, she's 13 years old,
Right.
and she doesn't venture off into that.
Right.
She ventures off into like anime, cartoons. Well, yeah, normal cartoons. What else? Music.
Mm-hmm.
So she never looks at any of that stuff. And plus, my sister looks at what she's looking at.
Right. And that kind of brings me to my point is like, it really it's up to the parents to kind
It's
of
up to the
monitor this
parent.
stuff. But I do kind of partly agree that maybe there should be an age limit just because.
I don't mind the age limits,
Mhm.
but there has to be something that they can go to that's separate from their own.
Right.
So it doesn't mess over everybody else, adult wise, that are trying to put out different content.
Right.
Where you can't say this, can't say that.
You
know.
are right because YouTube is affected by it a lot.
It
I mean,
is.
all the apps are affected by
And
it.
I've seen
a lot.
so many content creators
Yeah.
that are going, are getting demonetized because of these situations.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
just because they said a word that's not allowed,
Yeah.
even though it might not even be that bad of a word.
Twitch specifically. Twitch is there's one channel that I follow. They put in like bad movie roast.
Mhm.
So they tried to put in this word, do a little survey for it, couldn't do it
Yeah.
because the word says something that's kind of derogatory
Yeah.
in some form of way, even though it doesn't mean what it says.
Yeah.
So you got to deal with that. So I understand. We definitely need to protect the kids. The kids are very important to protect
Yeah.
from this type of world that we're living in. And honestly, those type of channels shouldn't even exist.
No.
That bulimia, all these different places so crazy. That type of world shouldn't even exist.
Right. Well, I think part of it is like people who have those disorders want to get their story out there,
Yeah.
right, and talk about like some people use that as a way to heal, right? Like they have their vlogs, they talk about their
Which I
experiences
don't
or
mind
whatever.
that.
Right, and then I think sometimes it gets misconstrued as like this person is trying to say bulimia is okay, and like, well, no, they're trying to explain their experience and what they went through. It's not for someone to watch and be like, maybe I want to try bulimia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess like the way they push things or the way, I don't know. I don't know
guess it
how the
depends on-
algorithm is.
I guess it depends on how the person is putting it out.
Right.
You need to get like this,
Mm-hmm.
which is totally not right.
Yeah. Or when they say like, it's okay to be like this as long as you get better. I don't know. It's also hard to say because I don't got a kid.
I do,
I
but-
can definitely see.
Look, I mean, my kid is like 6 years old,
Right.
but he doesn't dabble in that type of world either.
Right.
And his mom makes sure that he's not watching anything of that nature anyway. We've always decided that, like, look, we're going to make sure that he doesn't watch anything crazy.
Yeah.
He has to pass all restrictions. It goes through us.
Right.
So it's just, a lot of this depends on the parent.
A lot of it does. Because no matter what, even if they have a restriction on it, if it's like the restrictions on like XXX sites, yes, I'm 18. You know what I mean? It's just like a button.
That's all they ask. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like,
I was on that yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's 18. I was like, yeah, right, yeah, sure.
right? You're like, all right, yeah. But it's like, yeah, how how deep can the restrictions be
True.
in the first place? So you are right. The parents,
They're
should
going to always
monitor it
come first. It's
Yeah.
going to always come first. But
Right.
I understand what you're saying too as
right.
well.
It's just, maybe there should be a middle ground somewhere. So
There
maybe
should be.
maybe we should relook at like some social media things, because also just social media use is still damaging to your mental health anyway.
It is
just because
very.
like depending on what you're following or what you're subscribed to, or even like
It's damaging politically.
yeah.
It's damaging to, just keep watching the same stuff of people
Yeah.
saying about relationships.
Yeah.
All that stuff is damaging.
No, I mean, sometimes you open up an app and you see 5 bad news stories in a row, and you're like, well, my day is.
You know how hard it is to come up with these
obviously worse.
topics?
Yeah.
Like, you do know how hard it is to come up with these
Yeah.
topics. Like, I don't know where you get these positive topics from, because I look them up as soon as we get done with this podcast. I'm like, well, let me look up some topics.
Mhm.
I can find nothing that is positive.
I mean, it was a little difficult this week because
Yeah.
I'm not going to date ourselves, but there's been some messed up stuff going on in the world,
Yep.
and it's in the news all the time, and
So it's kind of hard.
That's a kind of an example right there. I guess in 2021, if you hear knocking in the background, that's my cat trying to break out of the.
That cat's
don't
he's
know.
no
Bathroom,
joke.
he
Is
is-
that a cat or a dog?
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm not
Goodness
gonna lie.
gracious. You put all 3 of the cats in there?
No, there should just be the one.
Goodness
There might
gracious,
be
man.
one or three. I don't know. Anyway, apparently in 2021 there was this British man who attempted to kill the Queen because his AI chatbot girlfriend had told him to.
That's social media right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right? On Christmas Day, no less. He was arrested on Christmas Day in 2021
Damn.
within the grounds of the Queen's residence, of course. I guess when the police officer or protection officer came up to him, he was wearing black clothes and a sinister metal mask. It looked like a Star Wars mask, right? Like, because he was trying to be a Star Wars character. I
Oh, it
guess.
was kind of like a Kylo Ren or something?
Like,
Or
ma-
Darth Vader mask?
like, yeah, like a Vader-esque kind of
okay.
mask, or like a Sith mask.
Oh, okay. Well, he dated himself.
Yeah. And so the police officer walked up to him and, was like, hey, what are you doing here, or whatever. And he's just like, I'm here to I'm here to kill the Queen, is what he said, before being arrested.
Just that simple, huh? Hey, I'm here to kill the Queen.
Yeah, I'm here to kill the Queen. He pleaded guilty. So, I mean, he knew he did wrong. But apparently, he was a Star Wars fan who described himself as a Sith in a video that he sent to about 20 people after breaching the castle grounds. So he broke into the grounds and then sent out this video. I'm assuming he had it pre-produced.
You have a womp womp for that one? Womp womp. That's exactly what you need for this guy.
Yeah, that's his whole theme.
I love it. I love it.
So anyway, yeah. So he breached the castle grounds and he had been pushed to break into the castle by his AI chatbot girlfriend, says the UK news agency.
Was she at least fine? Do we know how?
I'm assuming she didn't have a figure at all.
She didn't have
If
a figure at
If it's a chatbot,
It's a
it's
chat-
probably it's like ChatGPT before ChatGPT, right? You just type
Okay.
in your messages.
Because I don't know about this stuff. I don't know about.
I don't really know much about it either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is a wild story to me. I was like, oh, it's kind of funny.
And this guy's still living and everything, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
So you know how heartbroken he was when he found out the Queen actually passed away.
I'm sure, because I think he just got sentenced. He just got sentenced, and he was the first person in 40 years to get convicted of treason.
Wow.
First person in England of 40 years to
Yeah.
commit treason,
Have fun in there.
thanks to his AI chatbot girlfriend.
So I wonder if the chatbot girlfriend has she moved on? Is she gonna send him some stuff like some toothpaste and toothbrush?
Through via Amazon airdrop.
Yeah.
You know, the sad thing is he was 21.
Wow, he had a whole life to live. Okay, so the next topic I'm about to talk about is kind of it's kind of difficult to talk about because I really like this actor, and I used to like the actress that he's married to or used to be married to per se. Will Smith. I know everybody like, oh god.
Here we go.
Yes, look,
Here we
I
go.
totally understand. I totally understand. When I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to hear this topic, but apparently Jada Pinkett Smith has a new memoir coming out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so with these memoirs, all these books and stuff, you get these type of stories that come out.
You you ever wonder how much writing they actually do for their memoirs? 'Cause,
Me too.
like, you
I
know,
do.
there's ghostwriters, right?
Yeah,
So
I do.
whenever I read a biography and stuff, I kind of think about that at the back of my head.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
how
definitely
many-
hard to believe this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I wish I could play a clip from Hoda in today's show.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I got you.
got you.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been
Why is she always spilling their like personal lives all the time?
Well,
I mean, this is pretty big, but
this is a big deal. It's
like, why is it always her? Why is it always her just being like,
well, Will Smith seems to be a very private, more person than she is. It
Yeah.
looks like.
at
And-
least he tries to be.
Well, he tries to be.
No thanks to her.
No thanks to
She's
her, for
been,
sure.
She's been spilling their business for years.
And I've been trying my best to defend her
Mm-hmm.
because I know a lot of people come for her head, mostly men.
yeah.
And but we all, we all have our questions about her, especially with the letters of Tupac and all that type
Yeah.
of stuff.
Well, so here's my question: that whole entanglement thing that happened, was that while they're separated?
Yeah, that was why they separated because that was happened in 2016. 2016, they've been separated for 7 years.
Yeah.
So
So, the
that-
entanglement thing was going on,
And you're still single.
and you're still single,
So what was the point of the Red Table Talk? How could
Right.
you feel embarrassed?
right? Why not come out then and be like, actually, we've been separated?
It just makes no sense to me. And then you have this Red Table Talk where you have these people come out and spill their beans and tell their whole life story
Yeah.
to you and your mom
I am
and
not
your
a fan.
daughter.
I am not a fan of that red table talk.
Yeah, and then you sit up here and you do this, and
Yeah.
you say you've been living a lie.
Yeah.
I can't stand people who try to make like everything's okay when you know it's not.
Yeah.
Like, just come on out with it, especially mostly celebrity.
Right.
It's like, come on, you sat up here at this table, you waved your hand, you waved your fingers at Lamar Odom about the whole deal with what was that, Khloe Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
You did all these different things about Tristan Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his behind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Lamar Odom, Tristan Thompson. You was on his behind about what happened when he cheated on Khloe Kardashian and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then here you are. You're not perfect at all.
No.
And it's like, why do we, and this is the bigger question, why do we as people always want relationship goals? I got to have a relationship like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith.
Right.
When this whole entire time, they've been living a complete lie.
Oh yeah. I mean,
A complete and utter lie.
they really have been. This whole time.
They've been living in the same house together,
Mhm.
but on separate ends.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And they said they were.
they did. I remember,
But we didn't know it was that long.
Wasn't there a clip? Wasn't there something like some interview she did like a while back where she was talking about how like for like 90 days of their marriage she was crying
Yeah.
every day straight
Yeah.
or some stuff or like
So she wasn't. So was that back in 2016,
right?
or was that during the 2016-17? Was that during 2018?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much misinformation going on in there. Not that I give a care. I don't care at all.
yeah.
But I just wish Will Smith would have got away from that situation
I'm telling you
because that's
well,
a very toxic situation.
because like the whole slap thing
Yeah.
from like 2 years
That
ago.
didn't have to be.
That didn't have to be
Well,
anything.
I understand why he did it because that's still the mother of my child, of my kid.
Yeah.
So I got to defend her.
But if they've been separated, does Will Smith know they're separated?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if that's news
Does
to
he
him.
know? Like,
It's like, oh, I'm single.
yeah,
We're
like,
separated.
maybe she's been separated, but he's been like, what?
What?
I slapped a man on television for you. I had to go meditate in the mountains.
What? Come on, man. This is just the most stupidest story I've ever. This is probably the stupidest story to end 2023.
Every other time she comes up and says something,
It's always something stupid.
It's always some dumb
It's
thing.
never something positive.
no.
It's never like,
No.
hey, you couldn't come out and tell us that the actor strike is over with. Like, what the hell are you telling everybody?
Or it's just like more information about her and Will. Like, did Will want you to tell people this? Like
Like, at this point, why don't you just tell us everything? Why don't you just tell us everything?
just maybe she's got Will under an NDA or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Their whole dynamic relationship, even like their relationship with their kids are strange. They're strange.
His whole house is out of order.
Hot take on Will Smith's life. It's
His-
very strange man and
His
family.
whole house. Hopefully, which is probably good. now that all this is out. So hopefully that they can move on with their life, and slowly Will Smith can move on with his and get with a fine woman, and she can move on and get with some rusty old dude.
I can't wait to hear Chris Rock's reaction. I want to.
Oh, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Comedians left and right are about to slap Will Smith with some good jokes.
Ooh, it's
like you defended somebody that you've been separated from.
Ooh.
And then when she gave the reason why she did it, the reason why they never talked about it is because they didn't know how to move around in it. I was like,
you move around like everybody else who moves around.
Everyone has to go through it. Your kids are grown.
Right.
So it wasn't like the kids. I can understand if the kids are small.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
But the kids are grown.
Yeah.
Like they're grown. They're touring all over the world.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Are you kidding me with this?
I have no words. I really don't know how to like.
This is ridiculous. I had to talk about this. There's just no way I couldn't pass this up. This is gonna be the biggest topic for the whole week now.
It's so laughable.
Yeah, it's the most laughable and dumb situation ever. I am so tired of these two people. Both of them now. Both of them. Because I've been trying my best to defend Will. And I've been trying my best to defend Jada. I'm tired of both of these people. I just wish both of them just go away for a while.
Yeah.
You got any more topics for today?
That's all I got for our Monday show, man. That's all. You got anything else?
No.
You got anything else in the tank?
I don't have any more secrets. Do you have any secrets?
No.
I'm sure you come up with them during the week.
I'm sure.
I think you'll text me or something like that.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's all we got. That was our Monday edition. So a little bit different tone. We're trying this out. Different editions, different topics for different days.
We're still working our groove through this whole situation. Yeah. And for people that are listening to the podcast, thank you for listening to us.
Yeah.
Keep listening to us. Spread the word. We will also spread the word. You can follow us on Instagram
at jacobdantone.audio.
You can follow me, James.9794.
Yep. And then we have an official Instagram for the podcast now. That's On The Go with Jacob and James. It's all one big word. So go follow the Instagram page. We'll have updates. We'll post a bunch of stuff there throughout the week and stuff. And then we also have an email, onthegopod2023@gmail.com. So if you want to email us a comment, complaint, concern, or news story, that you think it'll be interesting, just send us one there. And do we have anything else? People can contact us. No, I think that's it. I think we're in the clear, man. So,
I think so.
I'm on the go. You're on the go. We're all on the go. See you later.
Peace.